To make our first foray out to the racetrack this afternoon as we get ready for race 5 on the card at Randwick. And my money, Johnny Tapp, is riding with Peter Cook on Port Anchor.
Yes, Ken, Port Anchor likes Randwick. In fact, his best form has been on this track. He's a little bit hard to catch by the same token. But then again, when you look at the form for these runners, it's one of those races, Ken. What's the old expression? Pancake day horses, a lot of them.
Yes, Johnny, it's not an easy race. Kenny likes Port Anchor. He's always got a chance, but I think he reads the papers. My tip is Garuna. Garuna will be ridden by Shane Guy. He likes Randwick, he likes the 1600 metres, and he likes the track, and it's pretty heavy. Number 1, Kruthoff is at 20 to 1. Number 2, Paul Landig, a winner here last Saturday, is at 7 to 1. 16, Prince Invader. Macquarie Prince, he's strongly in commission at 5 to 1. Nixon is a 15 to 1 chance. Prince Lochinvar from the Bart Cummings stable, about $3.30, odds of around about 9 to 4. Garuna, $5.30, just under 9 to 2. 33, Quinaway, a couple of scratchings. 11, Arctic Lace. 12, Port Anchor. And 40, Mount Curl. Here's John.
And a good start it was too. Macquarie Prince a little tardy. Arctic Lace bounced out in front of Nixon. Prince Invader was away quickly, followed by Garuna. Close handy Paul Landick, and then Kruthoffer, followed by Macquarie Prince, improving to be midfield at the 1400 mark. A little more than a length end to Mount Curl on the outside of Prince Lochinvar, followed by Quinaway, and Port Anchor last, about 12 lengths off the lead. They're going at a pretty good gallop in the run to the first turn, and Nixon is the leader. He got away by nearly 2 lengths on Prince Invader, and almost a length away Arctic Lace on the fence. Garuna fourth. At the head of the others, Paul Landick, and then Kruthoffer. Macquarie Prince out 3 and 4 deep around that first corner. 2 to Prince Lochinvar, followed by Quinaway, and well back is Mount Curl, and last is Port Anchor. The field starts to close up a little as they come to the crossing at the 800 mark, and Nixon led at a strong gallop. In front by 2 lengths on Prince Invader, 1.5 to Arctic Lace, a half to Garuna getting a good run, a length and a half to Paul Landick, and Prince Lochinvar edging closer, followed by Macquarie Prince. A good way back as Kruthoffer, then Mount Curl and Port Anchor, with Quinaway dropping out last as they come to the corner. 500 metres out, Nixon led over Prince Invader, Garuna, and then Arctic Lace, followed by Paul Landick and Prince Lochinvar, and a gap to Macquarie Prince as they turn, and they've all gone out to the middle of the track on this occasion, and Nixon is well clear. Nixon led by about 3 lengths on Garuna, getting to second, followed by Arctic Lace, and then Paul Landick as they top the hill, and Nixon giving plenty of cheek. He's well in front. Paul Landick running into second place is coming after him now, and Nixon shows signs of distress as Paul Landick on the outside races to him. Nixon still in front. Paul Landick is finishing the best, however. Paul Landick takes the lead close to home. He just loves the heavy ground, Paul Landick, and he races away in the last bit and beat Nixon, with Macquarie Prince third, and fourth is Prince Lochinvar. Then Garuna, Every Possible Hope, followed by Arctic Lace, Mount Curl, Quinaway, Kruthoffer, Prince Invader being second last, and Port Anchor is last of all. He can do that, Kenny Sutcliffe, Port Anchor. He can do that on occasions. But the winner, Paul Landick, who's going very, very well. 3 wins and a second from his last 4. You can't do much better. Paul Landick is going to pay $8.10 for the win, $2.30 the place. Paul Landick. Second, Nixon. Number 5, a place dividend of $4.80. And third, number 4, Macquarie Prince, a place dividend of $2.50. I give up, Kenny.
Yes, John, the more they win, the better the price, the old saying. And here, Nixon, who'd made a gallant effort to lead all the way, is headed off by Paul Landick. Young Edmonds riding him well. The all-pink is Macquarie Prince into third place. The favourite is fourth. He was most disappointing. The Bart Cummings trained Prince Lochinvar, and Garuna, who's behind him in the blinkers and the green sleeves, my tip, was just as disappointing. The horse who wasn't, he's on screen now. TAB number 2, Paul Landick, and as John told you, $8.10 for $1. Right, my pick for race 6, which is obviously the next race on the card, is number 3, Mighty Willem.
Right, Ken, thank you. And the first of our live races is all over from Randwick, and the sun's peeping through for the first time all day. What a lovely sight. OK, Paul Landick, Nixon, Macquarie Prince, they're official. And race 6, as Ken pointed out, is scheduled for 10 minutes after 3, the McWilliams Wines Cup. OK, if you've got a hockey stick, you better grab it, because we're going to bully off in Brisbane when we come back on Wide World of Sports.
Time it's race 6. Johnny, I've got a little something on a horse called Best of Bless, number 13. What's the chance?
Alan, you always were a super optimist, my boy. But optimism is one commodity you must have if you're going to take on the GGs. You know, I've just been watching this old fellow, Sasha Bijou, trotting around behind the barrier. You wouldn't believe he's 7 years of age, almost 8 as a matter of fact. Today has his 69th start, 14 wins, 8 seconds, 5 thirds. He's been everywhere from Bredalbin to Bullamakanka. And Ken, he relishes racing just as much today as he did as a 2-year-old. What did Banjo Patterson say? He sniffs the battle with delight.
He sure does, John. He looks to treat the old grey, and he's got a great chance. Tote putters think he has. At the moment, he's paying almost 6 to 1, $6.90 for the old grey Sasha Bijou. The Twile Door was a scratching this morning. Mighty Willem is favoured at 7 to 2, getting out and out of 15 to 4, almost 4 to 1, $4.80. 9 to 1 Semstar, 33 Peaceful Kingdom, 8 to 1 opening number, 10 to 1 Gerard, 8 to 1 Set to Go, and 8 to 1 Scarlet Guest. Teotolio is 16 to 1. Charmhaven is a scratching. 7 to 1 Pewter Prince. He's well in commission. 20 Best of Bless. 41 Dalgalad. 100 Sand Top. 66 the Captain Jeremy. 80 Wandering Home and 200 Paracon. I need a miracle. Miracle Mal Johnston or Mighty Willem. While we're waiting for them to jump, let's look at race 5 in Melbourne.
Where Ingatatus over on the inside has taken the lead from Eberly Shower. Silver Scout is winding up down the outside and finishing on it. Here comes Flamenco King with a very strong runner. And wider on the track is Springfield at about 200 metres left to go. And Silver Scout is the leader. Inhibit is finishing very fast from a long way back. And Our Palliser. Our Palliser's come from last. Our Palliser takes the lead. It's Our Palliser. And Our Palliser racing home to win it well. About a half length to Silver Scout, who fought on strongly. Close for third. Inhibit or Flamenco King. Then further back.
And the action in Melbourne today is at Sandown, the out-of-town track, and your commentator there was my old buddy boy John Russell, who sounds just the same to me today as he did 30 years ago. A resilient character. Now Starter about to jump onto his rostrum and dispatch the field in the McWilliams Wines Cup. Principal race of the day, and they face squarely 2,000 metres. And Captain Jeremy very fidgety. Peaceful Kingdom a little restive, but the gates open, they're off, and Best of Bless from the inside stall bounded out in front of Gerard and Set to Go. Opening number and Semstar are vying for the early lead, followed by Wandering Home and Wandalgalad and Paracon rushing over from an outside gate, and then Teotolio, Pewter Prince and Sasha Bijou midfield on the fence, followed by Scarlet Guest and Captain Jeremy. Well back Sand Top and Peaceful Kingdom and Mighty Willem as last as they go over the mile crossing to the back now, and Gerard led at a very strong gallop. He's in front by nearly a length on Best of Bless. In third place Semstar. Paracon trapped out very deep on the fence, Set to Go, and then Wandering Home a length and a half to Teotolio on the outside of opening number, followed by Scarlet Guest and Wandalgalad. Pewter Prince well back with Sasha Bijou, and then Captain Jeremy, Mighty Willem, Peaceful Kingdom and Sand Top. Gerard leads them a merry dance down the back, is in front by about a length on Best of Bless, 2.5 to opening number, and then Semstar and Set to Go. 2 to 1 Dalgalad given a slap down the shoulder, followed by Teotolio also being ridden a bit now, and then Paracon. Sasha Bijou is starting to pick them up along the inside, followed by Scarlet Guest, who's given a cut with the whip. Further back Captain Jeremy, and then Pewter Prince also under plenty of pressure. Wandering Home is dropping out of it, followed by Mighty Willem and Sand Top, and last is Peaceful Kingdom. At the 800 mark, Gerard is the leader over Best of Bless. Opening number on the fence is now creeping through dangerously. Set to Go in fourth spot, a gap then to Wandalgalad. Teotolio, Sasha Bijou, who's hard at it now on the inside rail. Mighty Willem is next, followed by Scarlet Guest, and then Pewter Prince as they near the turn. Again, Best of Bless went to the lead from opening number on the fence. Gerard struggling. Out deep is Set to Go, and a long gap to Wandalgalad and Sasha Bijou, but they've turned. Opening number and Best of Bless come over the rise together, and they're well clear of Gerard, followed by Set to Go, Wandalgalad, and old Sasha Bijou is whacking away behind them, but opening number shot clear now. Opening number raced away at the 200 mark. Gerard getting his second win, moves into second spot, and old Sasha Bijou is plugging away courageously, but opening number from the Western Districts is clear, starting to put his head up and wants to prop as they come to the line, but he's going to hold them at bay, and opening number runs out a good winner. Sasha Bijou got up for second, Gerard third, fourth Wandalgalad, and then Best of Bless and Teotolio, Scarlet Guest, Mighty Willem, Set to Go, Semstar, Sand Top, Pewter Prince, Captain Jeremy, Peaceful Kingdom, Paracon, and Wandering Home is last. The winner is opening number from Bathurst. Revelled in the ground and won easily, getting a little weary coming to the post, but the others were weary chasing him. Opening number is a 7-year-old trained by Mrs. Leanne Aspros at Bathurst. And it was a very good win. Opening number to pay on the tote, $7.80 and $2.70. Sasha Bijou has run another gallant race to get second, $2.80. And Gerard battled on for third, number 7, a place dividend of $3.50. How'd you like to own Sasha Bijou, Ken?
I'd love to own him, John. He's won nearly $300,000 in prize money. He'd do me. But I'd like to have owned opening number today too. Good winner at Gosford last start. Moses rode him an absolute treat. He shot away on straightening. He's put 4 lengths in them there. Old Sasha's battling on, but today the honours were with opening number, and he won easily. And John, I'll never, ever, ever be on Mighty Willem in anything again. But opening number first, Sasha Bijou second, and Gerard, ridden by the little boy, Young Usher, finished in third spot. Race 7's next on the program. My tip is number 2, My Market Love. A hard race, but she does love the heavy track.
And she's as consistent a mare as you'd find racing anywhere in Australia at the moment. She's a rip snorter, My Market Love. OK, next on Wide World of Sports, former Sports Minister John Brown tells us what he thinks about the drugs in Sport Issue.
Welcome back to the show, where just one of the little adventures we're having today is out at Randwick Racecourse. Time now for race 7 on the card. My pick tap is a long shot called Sailing Solo. Should I rip the ticket up or not?
Alan, Sailing Solo, her best form to date has been in the country. I've seen her run 1 or 2 good races in town, but I think you'll find she's at a fairly lengthy quote. Still, she has an apprentice's allowance for young Matt Privado, and that'll help under these conditions. And she looked very fit going out, Ken. She's not very big. She's a lightly framed little thing, but rock hard in condition. Did you spot her?
I certainly did, John. Most of the tips that are thrown from the studio are pretty rough, but I do think Sailing Solo's got a genuine chance. She's very well weighted. She's drawn in the right part of the track because it's better off the rails, and she's got a hope, yes. Let's look at the other prices. Spinnaker Bay is a 6-to-1 chance now. My Market Love, well, that's a good advertisement for the bookies because she's only 11-to-4 on the tote, about $3.80. She's nearly twice that price with bookmakers. Oh So Serious at 6-to-1, Gold Blade at 12s, Quicksilver Cindy is scratched, 11-to-2 Whistling. She's been well backed in the ring and she's tumbled in now. Make that 7-to-2, big difference, eh? $4.50, been very well backed in the betting ring. 10-to-1 Cabaret Dancer, Girls Paradise scratched, 25 Crystal Bubble, 16 Wavelet, 11-to-1 Sailing Solo, 60 Mrs. L, 40 Skittish Princess, 20 Parisienne, 100 Dixiana, 60-to-1 Love and Joy, 50-to-1 Lady Janmar, and 200-to-1 Sealy's Gold. My Market Love's problem is to get off the rails. I'm hoping she can do that. But before we have a look at My Market Love, race 6 is just over in Melbourne. Let's pick up the closing stages.
Maruka Lass being tackled by Emelise, and Angels Fly down the outside, coming at them very quickly. Classic Asset from a long way back, followed by Validic, and back behind them Civil Right and Cobra Harder. Angels Fly moves up to take the lead, 250 metres left to go, and kicks away from Cobra Harder and Capital Asset and Swift Edition from a long way back. Angels Fly is the leader, she's clear. In second place, Cobra Heart with Classic Asset, but it's Angels Fly going on to score a good win, and Angels Fly comes down to win it nicely. Angels Fly is first and tight for second and third. It's either Classic Asset or Cobra Heart for the minor placings. They're well ahead of...
Yes, Angels Fly, a very impressive winner in Melbourne, trained by Lee Friedman. OK, let's check those numbers again for today's very important phone poll. If you wish to vote yes, it's 11628. If you want to vote no, 11626. Those numbers apply in all states, and the question is, if invited, would you send your child to the Australian Institute of Sport? OK, now they're running a little late here. They've moved in very quickly now for the Fillies and Mares race, the Mark View Champagne Handicap, and they're about set for a start. In fact, the starter is climbing onto his rostrum and they'll break at any second. Line looks good. Lights flashing. Ready to run. My Market Love, the inside runner. They're off. My Market Love began a little bit awkwardly, and Whiteout Sailing Solo easily won the start and bounced clear of Spinnaker Bay, followed by Whistling. Love and Joy and Gull Blade going very quickly. Gull Blade will lead them, in fact. Sealy's Gold and My Market Love quickly getting into a good spot, and just behind those, Oh So Serious. A gap in the field then to Lady Janmar, followed by a Whiteout on the track, Crystal Bubble, Parisian between horses, and then Cabaret Dancer. Further back, Skittish Princess, followed by Wavelet and Dixiana, and tailed right off as Mrs. Al. 700 metres out, Gull Blade led. Love and Joy second, Spinnaker Bay third. Moving up 4 deep as Whistling and 5 and 6 deep as Sailing Solo. On the fence behind them, Hard Ridden as My Market Love and Oh So Serious flat to the boards. And then Cabaret Dancer, Seeley's Gull, followed by Crystal Bubble, but they've turned and flattening for the run home. Gull Blade led. Whistling's gone very quickly on the outside to almost grab Gull Blade now. Sailing Solo making a dash at them, followed by Spinnaker Bay and Cabaret Dancer. At the 200 mark, Whistling, Gull Blade, Sailing Solo joining them on the outside, and these 3 mares are having a ding-dong go with Sailing Solo getting to the lead 100 out from Gull Blade. Whistling, look at Crystal Bubble and Cabaret Dancer flying down the outside. Sailing Solo stopping. Crystal Bubble raced up, grabbed it and beat it. Crystal Bubble got up to beat Sailing Solo. Cabaret Dancer third, fourth Gull Blade, fifth is Skitty's Princess. Whistling weakened quickly, and then Spinnaker Bay and Oh So Serious. Wavelet, My Market Love didn't come on in the straight, and then Dixiana followed by Love and Joy, Parisienne, well back Lady Jan Mar, and the last couple of Seeley's Gold and Mrs. Al. Mrs. Al is named after Al Jolson. Didn't hit a very high note at all. Well, Crystal Bubble. By crikey, Alan Jones's tip in the race looked home for your tea money. Sailing Solo, but Crystal Bubble with little Tony Townsend in the saddle has grabbed it on the line. Number 9, Crystal Bubble, has got up to win, is going to pay $33 and $7.40. Sailing Solo, number 11, is going to pay $3.80. And Cabaret Dancer, third, number 7, is going to pay $3.60. Ken, that little boy comes from Casino. That's his 4th city winner in about 10 days.
Exactly. Johnny rides okay too, but I think if Alan Jones, I felt for him, he backed Sailing Solo. I reckon the pawnbrokers had lent your money on the ticket at about this stage. She was home, but then just when you wanted her to pull something out, for the rotten things just give up right on the line, and Crystal Bubble, as you can see, has grabbed her, and she's probably beaten about a head. They don't pay you on that, unfortunately. A big sight, Sailing Solo. 1 to go here at Randwick. And in the lucky last, I like number 11, Generous Prince. By golly, I hope he can get home.
And the numbers are official: 9, 11 and 7. Crystal Bubble first, Sailing Solo second, Cabaret Dancer third, 9, 11, 7. And the winner to pay a handsome dividend of $33 and $7.40. And the Casino Kid strikes again. OK, next on Wide World of Sports, highlights of those heady days at Headingley.
Johnny, my selection is the Ray Guytrain gelding Generous Prince. Is it going to die at the end too?
No, Alan, he's certainly not the roughest Generous Prince. He's run a couple of very good races lately. Under these conditions, anything can happen, and don't be surprised if his big noggin is showing out close to the lead in the final fling to the line. You know, quite often these omen tips don't work out. It certainly did in race 7, the Markview Champagne Handicap, the winner Crystal Bubble. And the last race is the Hanwood Port Superfecta. Ken, what about Fiery Tonic?
John, I'm with Alan. I don't know how much Alan weighs, but Generous Prince has got to carry 8 stone of Tony Cavallo and 15 stone of Ken Callender. I just hope it's not too much for him. I need the bread, and I hope Alan's on it, because I do think it'll win. I'm a bit keen on him. Number 1, Merry Measure, is a scratching. Number 2, Power Force, is 10 to 1. Dance Band, who looked particularly well, is out to 6 to 1. Dissertation is at 9 to 1. The favourite at 11 to 4 is Cosmopolitan, Kenny Russell's mount. 14, Russia with Love. 16, Bush Opera. 33, Carpahula. Down to number 10, Liberty Light, at 9 to 1 now. Iganinja was scratched. Generous Prince, he's come in on the tote to 9 to 2. Still fair odds, I think. My Lady's Jewel and Smoky Skies are out. 40, Star Engo. Landslide, a bit of money for him in the ring. He's into about 12 to 1 now. All Grace is out. 40, Daceyville. 100, Avalanche Girl. 100, Great Artist. They all should be 1000s. 100, Fiery Tonic. John's topical tip. 100, The Dunes. And Quicksilver. Cindy has stayed at home in her stall at Newcastle. Johnny boy, I'll forgive you for everything if you can call Generous Prince home first.
Righto, Keno, I'll do my best. Incidentally, with only 3 to move in, I've got just a couple of seconds up my sleeve to say how very shocked and sad I was this week to learn of the passing of Reg Ferris, a very well-known Randwick horse trainer, and the man who put the polish on a Golden Slipper winner back in the 60s, birthday card. And from all of his friends in racing to his family, our deepest condolences on the loss of a great bloke and a great trainer, the late Reg Ferris. Now the lights flashing on top of the stalls, and they're about to break in the last of the day. The stalls open, they're off and running, and on the extreme outside, Bush Opera and Russia with Love began well. Fiery Tonic and Dance Band are quickly away with Landslide. Power Force is racing towards the lead, and Daceyville, Hard Ridden, are scooting along the rail, and Liberty Light is up there with them also. Cosmopolitan's going to settle down on the fence right behind the leading bunch, followed by Great Artist and then Generous Prince. Further back then when they get going is Star Rango, followed by Bush Opera. A long way back in the field, Dissertation, and then Carpahula, and back towards the tail of the field, the Dunes, and Avalanche Girl has tailed off as they come to the 600 metres mark where Daceyville went to the lead. Power Force second, Liberty Light third, followed by Russia with Love. Generous Prince working his way into the picture, and then Cosmopolitan and Dance Band, followed by Star Rango. But around the corner, Daceyville is a clear-cut leader and straightened up about 3 lengths in front of Power Force. Generous Prince on the outside getting into second place, and then Liberty Light, followed by Cosmopolitan and Dance Band as they top the hill where Daceyville starting to feel the pinch, and Generous Prince has raced up on the outside to quickly head Daceyville. Dance Band is running on strongly, but Generous Prince shot clear. He left them in his wake 100 metres out, and it looks like another one coming up for the Ray Guy stable. Hugh Capiro earlier, and Generous Prince in the last in the same colours, and Generous Prince won easily from Dance Band. Star Rango under the arches has run third in front of Dissertation, Cosmopolitan, and then Power Force, Bush Opera. Well back is Daceyville, then the Dunes, followed by Russia with Love, Carpahula, Liberty Light, Landslide, and then Great Artist and Fiery Tonic as well back with Avalanche Girl. The winner, Generous Prince, a winning double for trainer Ray Guy, and also for owners Mr. and Mrs. Lyle. White with the pink sash and the pink cap, Curly Lyle. Gee whiz, he's had horses for a long, long time. Great to see him crack it for a double at Randwick. Great to see Kenny Callender crack it for a winner, and Mr. Jones as well. Generous Prince, $5.30 and $1.80. What in the name of goodness did I call second? I reckon Dance Band, was it? Number 3 on the place tote, $2.30. And third, I think the one right out under the roses, Star Rango, which is number 14, a place dividend, Ken, of $9. Was that generous enough?
John, was it ever? It could have carried 40 stone instead of just my 15, Jonesy's 12 and the kids 8. We got it home with 35 stone on its back. Oh boy, that has made my weekend, John, just so much better. If I sound as though I'm talking through my kick, I certainly am. Good luck to you, and see you next week.
Good on you, Kenny. A sparkle in his voice, he says, as he bundies off after the last event under grey skies at Randwick. Generous Prince, I'll tell you what, that was a good win. He's improved a bit, this fella. 11, 3, 14 are the numbers official. Generous Prince first, number 3 second, Dance Band, and number 14 third, Star Rango, wide out, 11, 3 and 14. And in closing, we offer our congratulations to champion jockey Wayne Harris and his lovely fiancée Linda Begg, who marry tomorrow, and that's certainly the racing wedding of 1989. OK, when we return on the wide world of sports, we take to the road again in the ultra marathon.